Hey y'all, this is Casey James in Djibouti, Africa for the very first time in my life. Just spent some time with you guys here at Camp Lemonnier and want to let you know that I had an absolute blast. I can't wait to come back. So here is Spotlight East Africa.
Hello, I'm Tech Sergeant John LaDue.
And I'm Petty Officer Cody Boyd. We're reporting to you in front of Devil's Island in Djibouti, and this is Spotlight East Africa.
The United States Army celebrated its 238th birthday June 14th. Members of Combined Joint Task Force Horn of Africa and Camp Lemonnier celebrated joint style. About 200 service members took part in the event that included presentation of the colors, recitation of the warrior ethos, and a ceremonious cake cutting. Overall, the celebration paid tribute to Army soldiers, families, and civilians who have and continue to achieve a level of excellence that is known today as Army Strong.
Next, we take an interesting look at how the health of domesticated and wild animals directly affects human health. Sergeant LaDue takes us to Uganda, where U.S. soldiers are working to prevent the next worldwide epidemic.
In the African country of Uganda, where the food chain is the difference between life and death, the need to properly care for animals has never been greater.
And the fact that we deal with the animals, and the animals in some cases are a source of the diseases that affect humans, it is really of very great importance, and we pay a lot of attention to it.
Soldiers from Combined Joint Task Force Horn of Africa conducted a veterinary civil action program with help from soldiers of the Uganda People's Defense Force to help educate local healthcare workers on how to properly care for and treat animals as part of an overarching One Health initiative.
Working side by side with the UPDF, working side by side with the district veterinary officials, they're gaining a lot of knowledge and a lot of connections that they can utilize in the future. And I really like to pass on the knowledge from more of a facilitating standpoint, because we can kind of guide them in the direction they should go, but they're the ones running the show here.
The local healthcare teams, which included human and animal healthcare workers, were responsive to the program, which is a joint venture between the U.S. and Ugandan governments.
The type of knowledge I've got here, we really need it in our society. People are suffering there just because they've never had such training.
The vet camp took place in the epicenter of the Ebola virus, which is believed to have come from either domesticated or wild animals. Reporting from Combined Joint Task Force Horn of Africa Public Affairs, I'm Tech Sergeant John LaDue. The soldiers recently completed more One Health missions in Uganda and will bring the program here to Djibouti as well. Next, Staff Sergeant Caleb Pierce brings us back to Camp Lemonnier for more Army birthday celebration in this week's Photos from the Horn.
Nearly 200 soldiers from Camp Lemonnier celebrated the Army's 238th birthday June 14th, hosted by the 411th Civil Affairs Battalion. Attendees were treated to music, dinner, a brief history of the Army, the cake cutting by the oldest and youngest soldiers, and heard the warrior ethos recited by soldiers.
And now we leave you with shout-outs to family and friends back home.
Hi, this is Petty Officer Marlo Perlis. I'm stationed at CJTF-HOA at Camp Lemonnier, Djibouti. I'd like to say a shout out to my friends and family back home, and especially my husband Christopher, my daughter Natalie back in Monterey. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Specialist Vilme, Civil Affairs Specialist, currently operating in the vicinity of Djibouti City, Djibouti. I just want to say hello to my family and all the kind-hearted Americans that are supporting the fight here, and thank you.
Hey, I'm Captain Jeff Moy from the 411th Civil Affairs Battalion in Danbury, Connecticut. I'm talking to you from Camp Lemonnier, Djibouti. Just want to say hello to all my family back home, and I especially want to say hi to my wife Kimiko and my two little boys, Kenny and Tommy. I miss you guys, love you.
Hello from Djibouti, I'm Lieutenant J.G. Patrick Link. I want to give a shout out to my family back home, my beautiful wife Rachel, my 5 children Jesse, Chloe, Maddie, Riley, and Emery. I want to tell you all hi, and I love you and I miss you very much, and I can't wait to get home. Talk to you soon.
We'd like to extend a special thanks to singer and American Idol finalist Casey James for putting on a great show here at Camp Lemonnier and for introducing our newscast. For Combined Joint Task Force Horn of Africa Public Affairs, I'm Tech Sergeant John LaDue.
And I'm Petty Officer Cody Boyd. Tune in next time, and thanks again for watching Spotlight East Africa.